Okay, good morning. All right, next question is from, I don't know, I'm mispronouncing it, but looks like Magali or Magali maybe. Who asks, let's see, great reply, and I have a somewhat related question. Okay. Um, as far as a vaccine, I was told firsthand that the new COVID 19 clinical trial study are going to be 1 to 2 years. Yeah, there are a lot of clinical trials that are on. Some of these things are going to wrap up within weeks, some of these things are going to take years. And there are enough of them happening in America and everywhere else in the world that there's really a lot of opportunity for somebody to get a vaccine out of this. And it's not like there's going to be a top secret, Ukrainian vaccine that no one else can have. It's going to be something that is pretty basic. And when anybody in the world figures out what it is that actually does the job, that is then you're going to see that thing licensed and or just cloned, straight up copied, pretty much everywhere in the world. And so from that point, it's just going to take a certain amount of time to produce enough vaccine, because these are all things that have to be grown in some way. I mean, if they're in plants, you have to literally grow them in a greenhouse or something. If they're made from a virus that actually grows, you have to grow up tons of virus, and that means you need tons of cells in which to grow the virus, and you have to do lots of tests on those cells to make sure that everything is absolutely as clean as it can possibly be, free of any sort of contaminating things. It's easy to get fungus in there or bacteria in there if you're not being careful. And yeah, these people are going to be careful for sure. But yeah, you got to do all the checks anyway, just in case, because there's no point in having an unsafe vaccine. You basically get one chance at trust. Yeah. And if you put out a vaccine that's bad and hurts people, then yeah, there that goes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's what's going on there, I think. So let's see. Finish the question. Since all this is so new, does that mean there probably won't be a vaccine until after that time period? No, there are enough trials going right now, even things that are already in phase 2 clinical trials, that I think we're going to see something fairly soon. When you get to phase 3 clinical trials, that is essentially vaccinating people who are at risk from getting COVID. And yeah, at that point, we will know that it works pretty well in phase 1 and 2 trials, so it's safe to use and it gives you a good, solid immune response. That would be how you would get to phase 3. And then from that point, to find out exactly how well it works against the virus. I mean, nothing's going to be 100%, but yeah, we'll figure it out. And I think there'll be a range of possibilities, and there'll probably be a range of effectiveness. There may be something that you give to people who are at high risk that's maybe a little riskier, but gives them a stronger protection. And there may be different things that you would give to people who are at lower risk that will help them build up a little bit of an immune response against the virus, but might not be enough to directly protect everybody against challenge, but might help a little bit and would have low to no side effects or consequences. So they'll be looking at all of these things, and I think the governments of many countries have invested, and not just governments, also some big medical charities have invested a lot of money into this. And they will want to see their vaccines used if their vaccines look like they're going to work. So I think, yeah, we should see something fairly soon. I don't know. I think we ought to be into at least the first phase 3 trial by the end of the summer, I would have thought. And in phase 3 trial, yeah, we're essentially vaccinating people. And so, yeah, that's a start. It's not the giant ramp up yet, and we're still testing and making absolutely sure that it works, but there we go. So, thank you. Very good question. And I know there's a new study that was released. I got to go read it as soon as I'm done with this, and then I'll bring that to you as well. Thanks very much.